name's Jade and I'm a third-year sociology PhD student, and this video is about heteronormativity and homonormativity. Heteronormativity refers to the pervasive belief in Western society that everyone is or ought to be straight. Examples of heteronormativity include the overrepresentation of heterosexual relationships on TV and within movies, the tendency for people to assume when they meet someone new that they're in a heterosexual relationship or that they're attracted to the opposite sex. The main function of heteronormativity is to engender what has been called a heterosexual way of life. Normative heterosexuality is rooted in the white, patriarchal, middle-class family, otherwise known as the nuclear family, and is used to express and beget particular gender roles, i.e. the idea that women are domestic caregivers who are solely or mostly responsible for taking care of the home, while men are the breadwinners who go to work in order to economically support the family. This arrangement is patriarchal because it grants men absolute political power in the public sphere, and thus renders women dependent on their labor. It's also white because it has historical roots in a colonial family structure that was only available to white European settlers, and which worked to establish their political authority over non-white, especially indigenous people, who had divergent gender and family practices. It's also middle class because it was originally only available to those with a degree of money, as working class women have never had the luxury to stay home and not work because they needed to help support their families. The gender roles that constitute the nuclear family operate under the logic that women and men are solely and mutually exclusively attracted to one another. In order for the white middle-class patriarchal family to survive and thrive in Western society, women and men must frequently couple together. The best way to do this is by normalizing heterosexuality. Accordingly, the point of heteronormativity is to maintain and promote white middle-class gender-normative family values and practices. So building off the concept of heteronormativity is the idea of homonormativity. Homonormativity describes a type of Western queer politics that is rooted in a demobilized, depoliticized, and privatized gay culture, which engenders rather than rebukes heteronormative institutions. It's the process by which some non-straight folks have been able to gain political power and socioeconomic status by drawing on hegemonic cultural norms around race, gender, class, and so on. Put simply, homonormativity is the idea that some LGBTQ folks, especially white middle-class cis gay men, adopt the norms and values of the nuclear family and the heterosexual way of life it begets in order to gain a degree of power and privilege. A great example of homonormativity is the show Modern Family, specifically the depiction of Mitchell and Cameron's relationship. In the show, Cameron is the flamboyant, emotional domestic caregiver who is mainly responsible for raising their daughter Lily, while Mitchell is the successful, hard-working, more masculine lawyer who economically supports them. This depiction is homonormative because it resonates with the typical gender roles associated with the heterosexual nuclear family. Moreover, neither Cameron nor Mitchell is especially political, and they're both white and both relatively wealthy. They are law-abiding, respectful, and polite citizens, who in many ways act fairly similar to the typical nuclear family. In doing this, they and their real-life counterparts are able to gain some acceptance and even power in modern Western society, despite the fact that they're gay. The problem with homonormativity, however, is that it merely exhorts LGBTQ folks to embrace oppressive sexist and heteronormative systems that are also racist and classist, that inherently turn on binary ways of thinking about gender and sexuality. In turn, this promotes, opposed to challenges, a social milieu whereby LGBTQ2 folks who don't adopt normative gender and sexual scripts experience marginalization and subjugation. So that's my video on heteronormativity and homonormativity. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see similar videos, please subscribe to my channel. See you later!